Heroes and villains, thank you for joining us for the very first time. The Umbra Initiative post-show?
Yeah, thanks to the patrons.
Yeah.
All you patrons out there.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird to say.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It was inevitable.
Here's the deal we're going to do. After every recording of an episode of the Umbra Initiative, we are going to record this little segment, this little mini post-show about us talking about the episode, about the show, about anything general, like a little podcast type format.
Yeah.
Our casual thoughts and feelings on what just happened.
Yeah, behind the scenes. We don't have to worry about like anything like official. I don't have to worry about a script.
This
or
is where we make
whatever.
all the jokes that we wish we could have during the
Oh God, no.
It's not.
If you never watched the Umbra Initiative or anything, it is a show where we play a tabletop game called Mutants and Masterminds, and it's the four of us. I'm Colby. I got Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey.
David.
Hi.
And
Introduce me.
and Nicole.
What is with that? Is that like your thing? Like,
That's her bit.
That's my bit,
you're
and I will
busy.
not lose the bit.
I would love to make
I
like
have multiple bits.
I would love to make like a YouTube video compilation of you refusing to introduce yourself every single session.
That's literally No, I think there were a couple sessions I did.
Yeah, in like the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in the
first
beginning
session,
when you were young and naive
I
and
know.
full of
When I wasn't a superstar.
oh yeah, before we had to work with Kanye West over here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
this episode of this post show here is taking place right after our recording of episode 2.
Yeah, we literally just stopped being live. We're just chilling at this table.
It's
Now
like a
you love
10-minute
ladies
break and it's
who
still fresh
like
on our
us
minds.
a little extra.
Yeah, give us that little some, you know what I'm saying?
Sauce. We're here. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of an impromptu idea by all of us, so it's off the cuff. It's not a very focused type ordeal over here. But what did you guys think of episode 2? And I guess this is kind of a post episode 1.
Yeah.
So episode
Yeah,
1.
we can, I want to get into that a little bit too because we didn't do that and we were gushing about it.
Yeah, so we're hoping to go like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we're covering 2 episodes, we might go a little longer, like a 25-minute type
Yeah,
thing. But I
that's
do
okay.
want to keep these short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm totally okay with
I would say like max
Gushing.
half hour.
Yeah. So what did you think of the hour-long premiere, you know, when the new show comes out and they show the first 2 episodes as like the special?
Yeah.
What do you think of the Umbra Initiative, episodes 1 and 2?
Oh.
I'm digging the vibe so much.
Yeah.
I'm really into the existential weird stuff that's happening. The music kicks in at just the right moments. I know.
Yeah.
I know you said your playlist is small, but you nailed it.
Yeah, thank you.
nailed the vibe.
We talked about this before we went live for this episode, but compared to the first campaign that we did where the music was kind of a mix of like sort of pseudo like electronic mixed with like a light kind of urban hip hop kind of grooviness
It's
mixed
like a
with
like a what's it called? A slice of life.
yeah, a little bit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was urban because we were mostly in New York, so it had that kind of street vibe to the music and things, and then it would jump into like high fantasy RPG music for battles and the weird like sci-fi and fantasy settings we were in. But this one now, it's like I noticed the music is more strings oriented and it's a lot more calmer, and it feels like quieter and warmer.
Yeah.
And a lot more intimate.
Absolutely.
Can I just say, and I know anybody watching this is probably gonna be like, yeah, no, you guys are fucking. But I think I'm pretty like proud of our own character development. Just better getting into it, like the role playing. I feel like it really we brought it up, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like the characters that we are playing are not Jackie and Adam and Elias
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, to a T, really. You know what I mean?
And that was the motive going into it.
Mhm.
We didn't want to be self-inserts anymore.
Yeah. That's kind of something I was going to say is sometimes when I'm playing Barrett, I have to actively not be Adam.
Same.
Like,
Really?
I'll think of my response and I
Yeah.
hear it in Adam's voice or my voice,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I'm just like, nope, I have to change that. I have to be Barrett now.
I have
get
to
that.
definitely. I am more thoughtful about how I react to things, and especially because I mean we always say like we were self-inserts for Jackie, Elias, and Adam
To a degree, yeah.
right. And so, like my immediate reaction is to like jump the gun.
Yeah.
Like, gotta do something.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
like
Yep.
not methodical, not it's just like let's go.
Yeah.
So I feel like this has been like we've all been a lot more thoughtful to the character and how we want to develop them instead of just using our gut reactions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
It helps that we don't start episode 1 with a boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Campaign one.
that's
Right.
rough. But I definitely agree with the way that we play these characters, and I think a lot of it comes from like the history that we've made up with these characters, or that we kind of have previous to making them. Because I know Barrett is a pre-existing character of yours,
Yeah.
and to a degree, Jordan is of mine also.
Mm-hmm.
And you've written fucking half a novel of backstory that I hope we get into and explore, because I've loosely done the same thing.
I definitely feel like I'm gonna go from like F tier character to like at least A or B tier character.
That's
by
character
like
development,
midway.
dude.
You know?
Yeah.
Some of
That's
the best
great.
characters like that. Like
Yeah.
Zuko, who's like, I'm
Yeah.
a whiny little
Yeah.
prince.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna be the most
Bastard.
useless fucking idiot until a point.
No, but like that's
You haven't displayed any sort of F list rank character at the moment.
True.
No,
True,
you,
yeah.
Until we
you're a
get into
little-
the fights, you know.
Yeah.
And my powers are
You're just
Yeah.
your character's a naive, looking for the best in everybody type person, and that's a great quality that's easily manipulated and easily hurt, which
True.
will build your character.
That makes for a good character.
Absolutely.
There's so much potential in all of these characters.
yeah,
going
I was just
into
gonna
it.
say.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying
And
to play.
your character.
Yeah, I'm trying to play off the mystery of my character.
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm
Dude,
loving it.
Because like you said, this is Barrett is a pre-existing character of mine. He's a villain I made for just a casual home campaign, and I liked the villain so much I was like, I want to use him.
Yeah.
I want to use that character, and
Yes.
I went
I love
into
that.
the Umbra Initiative wanting to be like, I want to make people think I might be a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not really sure what I'm doing.
Which
And
I mean,
really
you still
want-
might be.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't know
I want
yet,
to play
you
on
know?
that,
You are
know?
fishy
Which-
as hell.
Yeah. And to go off that point today, in today's episode 2, at one point somebody commented saying that they thought you were part of the Umber Collective.
That's
Which-
wonderful.
Which it was
Who
just
said
great.
that?
It was Neo.
think it was Neo, yeah.
It had I knew it had to have been someone from campaign 1.
Right.
Yeah.
But campaign 1 aside,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a really, like, I feel like a, what's it called, token to your character.
Absolutely.
For him to
Yeah.
expect something
That's
like that.
that's cool as hell of him to say that, because like we were like brainstorming ideas of like that being the case or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and if that ends up coming into fruition, that's awesome on him for being able to call that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's very fun to play a character where I can make it obvious to the audience that I'm playing the rest of the party.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like when in episode 2, when I was in the pawn shop and you guys came in, like, what are you doing here? I was like, buying guns.
Yeah,
Like the audience knows I'm lying,
yeah,
and like you as players know I'm lying.
right.
But, like,
And that's the definition of
Irony.
but you know, it makes the characters be like, is he lying? Why is he so fishy? I know
Yeah.
he has a gun. He could be buying guns. But
Yeah.
why is he here?
It's I mean, what's cool and dangerous about tabletop role playing games is including dramatic irony, because you can go from dramatic irony to metagaming
Yeah.
really hard, and you
Right.
kind of want to get rid of that distinction.
Yes.
You want to
Sure.
be able to have that moment of like, well, you just want it to be cinematic.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And like telling good stories using that dramatic irony, like they don't know what's up.
Yeah.
They
Right.
haven't, you know, Arabella and Jordan have not seen these scenes of Barrett talking
Yeah.
to his laptop.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
whoever
no.
that figure is.
Shit, I just learned his name 45 minutes into the second
Yeah, yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
We're like almost 5 hours deep with these characters, and I just now in character am learning about your fucking name. I'm amazed,
Yeah.
honestly, that you even gave your real name,
I
or
I
what
gave- I
we
gave
think
you
your
my
real
phone
name
number.
is. Yeah,
I wanted to, because I don't want to be that character in a campaign that's like, I'm off on my own the entire time.
Yeah.
And the DM has
Yeah.
to split the
Right.
time evenly between.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
even in episode 2, I felt kind of bad, like not being part of the event.
No,
Yeah.
I felt bad because I was like, oh, am I gonna have to like get the ferret to get him again? Like, you know?
I
Get
will
the
never,
ferret.
I will never willingly like completely separate from the party.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
That's
won't do
good.
that.
it's been playing really well. The way that like you even if you're not like involved in the action, you're watching
You're
it happen.
coincidentally there.
And
Yeah,
but that
yeah.
gives you your chance to have something else happening to you, like that runs parallel to what we're doing. It's never like one or the other is the like more prominent focal point of the storyline, and you're just kind of happening. Like everything is happening with equal importance. I feel.
Yes.
It's nice.
I like it. I have a question for all of you.
Mhm.
Do you think do you like the age change between playing or even just like having to work around teenagers versus like adults?
It's nice to have NPCs that like can have these full-fledged conversations and not feel like, oh, what are you doing not in school? And I don't have to worry about school. Because that was always like a big
like,
fault of mine, is like not having you guys in school enough in the
Yeah.
first campaign.
I absolutely love it. I feel like it feels more natural for us as we are all getting older. It feels better for us to be playing characters that are around or older than us. I feel like it forces us to be like what you were saying before. We have to be kind of more calculated in what we do.
Yes.
And that's not so. I mean, it works in a role play sense where like you have to make sure you're playing true to your character, but you're older, so you've kind of seen things, and you need to kind of like be more careful in your approach to doing things.
Well
So
said.
it
Yeah,
kinda feeds into that.
A lot of like what helps me about the older characters is that just what's really important to me is tackling certain themes in regards to encounters and the plot of what we do. And a lot of the themes of campaign 1 are self-discovery. It's of what not motivation, but like what is your morality as you grow older? Like how are you going to enter adulthood and with this power that you have, right?
It's the coming of age story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was what was really important about campaign 1.
Yeah.
And then for this campaign here, now it's more like, okay, you guys have made choices, and now how are you going to deal with those choices that you've made
Right.
before or that have been thrust upon you, right? Like how are you going to, it's all about process as
Right.
opposed to
Yeah.
initiation.
Yeah, something that I thought of like when we were talking about Barrett's like mysterious nature is there's something along that too with Jordan, but it's happening in a different way because like it's kind of given to the viewers like he's an ex-astronaut. We haven't said it directly, but like in all of our promotional things, like it's there. But there are things about his past that we haven't dug into, and there are so many different kind of plot devices waiting to activate to tell those stories.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, what do you want to say?
No.
No, I just wanted to kind of say like by like going through these little things, like he's got a backstory that I want to get into, and I hope by the time everything like about him is revealed, it like viewers have spent enough time with the character that they kind of feel it and kind of like understand what happened.
That's
to
the optimal
him
way
Right.
to like you want to like sympathize with the character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Just
I didn't want to.
I felt that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I didn't want to spill everything about his past in the first episode,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
kind of keep going with nothing left in the tank.
Yeah. Or just re-emphasize
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
again,
and just like, all right, oh yeah, he's the broken record guy that lost everything. That sucks. Boo hoo. Like nobody cares about that at that point. You're whining, and I don't want that to happen, and I don't want him to be a character that whines.
I think we all built I would say like each one of us has at least like one relatable trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Guns.
America.
No, we're playing characters that we made, so of course, like a little bit of us is going to be in these characters.
I'm gonna say even on a surface level, being able to drive.
Yeah, you're right.
Being able
that's
to
true.
go
It makes-
places
Yeah.
Makes things so much
and not
easier.
have to worry about parents.
Can I just say that it's so nice that there isn't a character that can run 1,000,000 miles an hour? God,
But
that's so nice.
you didn't like when I was like, oh, this turn I run across the country?
Yeah,
Like
exactly. I'm gonna go check out California.
I
Right
do. I do want to beef up my flight speed at some point,
Sure, that's
but it's not
still
going
not
to
a
be
million miles.
Yeah, no, it's never going to be that. There are a few things I want to kind of do to build
Yes.
my character. I think I know anyway. Powers and stuff I want to get into, but
It's very difficult. I'm very excited to have my reveal slowly. And that's what it's going to be. That's the hard part is I know I have to wait. It's like you just
That's-
have to wait.
that's what I was just saying.
And
It's the same
I'm
thing.
not gonna say anything about anything. But you know, in the future, again, I'm gonna go from like you're gonna think of me as F tier character. I'm gonna have that glow up, baby.
It's gonna be the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
God, this fucker sucks.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. So you're like, remember in episode 2 where
I like to be able to tackle more serious themes.
Mm.
Unfortunately, there is like a point there where it has to stop.
Yeah.
Like I can't take it. Like there are some places I really want to go with this campaign with some NPC characters, but as I think about it, I'm like, I can't bring it to this place. This isn't like a tabletop thing. This is like I should put it in a novel or something.
I think that's something like we could talk about like privately and like decide as a group like are we willing to tackle this theme, and when we get to that point can we handle it in a mature way?
Yeah, exactly. And if there like is there a point of handling it is also another thing to talk about.
I definitely
where it's like
think
people
there-
want to tune in for fun.
I definitely think there are some things that's worth doing, especially if they feel like important or related to like relatable to people in an important way.
I think too also we need to have a point to including these things. Like if we have some really heavy things happen to certain characters, like some really like life-changing traumatic fucked up things that happen in game, there needs to be an end point, kind of like a light at the end of that tunnel for them to be going down that road. There needs to be a purpose and a worth for that
you don't
happening.
want like shock value.
Yeah, like nobody, like people like shouldn't
hope.
be like, you know, just like fucking getting raped or something for the sake of like it being compelling and exciting and edgy.
not,
like, because that's not.
Yeah, that's not something that we should cover.
No,
I never
ever.
want to tackle anything like that.
Exactly,
you know?
but like that was just like a broad example of like the most heinous thing you can think of including in a story.
Absolutely,
you know, but like.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with general dark themes.
Right.
Like, you know.
General
shop.
dark.
Yeah, like fuck.
Like
Like,
shoplifting.
yeah, no, like Jordan's in fucking
That's the one.
therapy.
Yeah.
We can like play along those angles, and there are things that can be approached and whatever. And
Yeah, that's been a tough thing to role play and think about as being like 'cause
Yeah.
I don't you know, I've never been to therapy or anything myself and stuff, so it's like a sensitive topic for a lot of people, so I'm like, okay, let's be coy about this.
yeah,
You know,
I like being this character in this type of setting for a handful of reasons, and one of which is being like you can be anybody and go into that kind of situation.
Mhm.
Like this is literally grief counseling, and I've been through that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was weird because you're just like you're spilling your shit to a stranger and waiting to hear what they have to say by the time you're done. And it's helpful, and it gets shit off your chest, and you can move on with your life past that point. And the things that I've lined up for Jordan Teller are far worse than anything that I've gone through, and far more flashy and exciting and bigger and broader, and connects slightly to the last campaign and whatever. And it's like there's purpose for all of it in the character, and I have kind of like a broad thing I want to do with this character. But like I was saying, with like including things with a sense of purpose, like him being in therapy, there's a sense of purpose to that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I want to handle that tactfully.
It's gotta match the themes.
Right.
It brings a lot of character dynamic, especially if, in just even like a general sense of being like, oh, I have other things to do besides like X, Y, and Z. Like, I really like just having like Barrett being like, he's coincidentally there, but he's doing his own thing, and I like you having that your own like part of the whole story, like you know, and I like how it all comes together, like how each of us is like has our own agenda, like not even remotely lining up really with each other, but coincidentally it just like works. And I feel like that's also just like, oh right, that happens all the time. Like
and being older characters, like obviously Jordan is in therapy, like talking about his past, but since all three of us are older, all three of us have like things that have happened to us that aren't really being said, and like there's this overall plot that's happening, and we're all doing our own thing, but we also have these like backstories that haven't fully come out yet.
It's a character building, baby.
Yeah. These events that have happened in our past that we haven't talked about.
When you're a teen, you can't really have backstory.
No, it's everybody almost has the same backstory. You've been in school since you were 5, and now you're 16, and you're full of hormones and anger, and now you have powers, and now there are aliens, and you got to deal with them with your friends. It's
and
very.
You find out you're the prince of a war.
It's fun and grandiose and stuff, but it's almost
definitely
one-dimensional.
has a charm to it. It definitely has
absolutely.
a charm.
I love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was gonna say like
there's different stories.
Yeah, it's almost funny to kind of put it this way, but like campaign 1 is very cut and dry Marvel DC sort of thing, and now campaign 2 we're getting into like Image Comics or Dark Horse. We're getting into that kind of that more mature and like deeper.
Grounded.
Not to deem like
it's grounded.
I was gonna say we kind of traded
territory.
in our charm for intrigue.
Although
Which I'm fine with.
I wouldn't even say we traded it in. I would just say we adjusted the level.
Some EQ.
Right.
What NPCs have you have any notes on?
Fox. Why didn't you name it?
Ferret?
Ferret.
I thought of a name for the ferret.
I'm not naming it.
I thought of a name for the
explicitly gave you guys the ferret to name. I wasn't gonna do it. I couldn't do it.
You're like, no, I'm not.
Okay.
Just this is like from a GM, from like a game maker perspective. Like a matter of like, okay, how do I get characters invested?
Yeah.
Here you go. Let's give them this like
cute
this creature, this mascot creature per se, and I'll like have them have like agency in the story. Having them
dig
name it. So it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Whatever you name it. I have ideas. But I'm not gonna say.
I have some good ideas. We will discuss.
Well, you told me to name the ferret, so I'll tell you in character next week.
Okay. Oh, you wrote it down too.
Yeah, so I don't forget. Because my memory
it comes
sucks.
to a vote.
Yeah, of course. But I got an option.
Any NPCs of note so far?
Angelica is an incredibly interesting character to me because I wrote her down in the first session because I remember you just kind of like grazed over her with your scope, and she kind of like stopped like something, like she detected you, like she felt the scope on her and then carried on, and then I was like the only time you saw her. And then when you had your first conversation with her when she approached the thing and like was talking over Jordan at you, after that happened I wrote in capital letters in my things, Sister Angelica is a spy, in all capital letters with an exclamation point. And then after their second conversation, when she comes up to the hill and has a cigarette with him and stuff like that, I erased the exclamation point and put a question mark because now I'm not so sure. At first I thought she was like a spy and was like in the same organization as him, and they were both kind of like one's on the inside, one's on the outside, and then they're going to converge to handle what they're doing in that whole situation. And then after that conversation, I think she just kind of got hip to his shit, and now she's like kind of like she got him figured out, so now she's gonna fuck with him.
Okay.
And I still don't know, and I think that's really cool.
Interesting.
I like the character like diversity. Like I like having a community to like play around with, like being able to like you go to a bar and you have like, you know, that the bartender, you go and they're Lionel, and you have like people that you can regularly interact with and like put a face to, like, and
we've got an unresolved bar fight that I haven't even like touched the surface of yet. I can't wait to sit at that bar in game like and just see what happens.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
I like having like I like that they're memorable and unique. Like it's not like I feel like they all have memorable traits or are from a memorable place, like or how we interact with them, like how you were interacting with like your therapist, or how with the barkeeper, or
Sister Adele or Mother Adele,
Brother Lewis. Like I just like the range of characters that we could interact with and that have like meaningful, like memorable traits.
Yeah, I agree.
The idea is like you're playing a video game and you go into this location and the NPCs cycle in like the bar area, and you're always excited to see like what's the dialogue for Mother Adele right here. Like, that's what I'm trying to go for.
I like that you put the fucking Raven Girl.
Raven Girl?
Yeah.
Oh, Laura.
Uh-huh.
Laura.
Oh,
the
yeah.
little kid with the slingshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a big focus is trying to make Arcadian Haven feel as alive as possible, and always like something is happening whether you guys are part of it or not.
I feel like you definitely hit the mark.
Oh yeah,
You know? And then
every
making
character
it
is
like
unique.
a physically interesting. Like I actually have a map. If you guys want to see it,
Of
but
course,
I just haven't.
absolutely.
I have not been able to like put it online because it's not the final map.
Yeah.
It's just my draft of it.
Yeah, I know you in like the beginning of the first session, you kind of explained loosely where a lot of things are.
I'll show.
Yeah.
Oh no, they can't really see it on there, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's like not
No,
gonna definitely not gonna show up. Use your long arms.
Of course,
Oh,
not
wow.
finished. I haven't even described the lake. You know, that big like pyramid-looking thing was just a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. I like
There's a
that.
mountain in
Yeah.
the
That's pretty much
center
how I
of it.
imagined.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I haven't
it.
marked any specific landmarks or anything on it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very nice.
yeah, I have to get a map up so people can see that ASAP.
Yeah, for sure. That'll help us to reference back to also once we have everybody's houses and things marked out and stuff too, because then we can figure out like where exactly we're going when we're going to certain places. And
Yeah.
I also made that map when the town wasn't fully named yet. It's still called Arcadian on the map. It was never called Arcadian Haven. Well, it was Arcadia, Arcadian Haven. That was the final thing.
Nice.
This kind of reminds me of the place in campaign 1 where we first fought Barbosa.
Barbosa. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sable Ravine.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that was in New Hampshire
I think I
also,
have that
wasn't it?
written
No,
No.
that was Ohio.
Throwback.
Was
No,
It was somewhere in the Midwest, I thought.
it was the Midwest.
I think it was Ohio.
I was,
You might be right,
I
yeah.
think it was
Wait, I have my
Ohio.
book here, but I'm pretty sure it's Ohio.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Because you guys went to Idaho or something later.
I think so.
Where did you go?
Wasn't that the, wasn't that where what's his face's house was?
Yeah.
The farm.
Yep.
Yes.
But yeah.
God, we need an initiative wiki.
We really do. Neo needs to get on that shit.
Wow.
Our fucking human database.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm pretty
He
sure.
remembers things that we don't ever
It's true.
remember, and it's amazing.
It's true.
Like he remembers the name of the fucking the dark entity, like the full actual.
that was funny.
deep name
That
of the
was
dark
so
That was
entity.
so funny.
Oh,
in
that,
chat.
that comment got
Yeah,
me.
I've heard it like 45 times in person, and I still can't
Same.
commit to
I
know, I
memory.
gotta
Not
see
even a
it.
fraction of what that word is.
Oh,
No,
that's
I think I
great.
got it actually.
I think you did once.
Oh yeah, I love that naming convention because it's
The
been
apostrophes.
used before.
Yeah.
And there is like it isn't just me putting like really just random like syllables together. It's like I think I said this before in a post show where it's actually Armenian and not Latin. I can't think off the top of my head a language spliced together and then split apart for certain terms depending on how they represent the entity in which they're named after.
Interesting.
So Kuvatnatel Nalar, it's like destruction, dismay, void, nothingness, like
Damn.
terms like
Oh,
that
yeah.
applied
That's the
into a
real
name.
lore.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
like
And,
the ultimate like.
And like Lakat Vatsei Padar, the divine jeweler, is like divinity, jewel crafting,
Huh.
lapidary,
Oh, that's
stuff
cool.
like that.
Yeah,
you know?
That's deep lore.
yeah, that's
like Tolkien.
yeah, that's like religious texts.
Yeah.
Level of
Somebody go
character
back.
creation. Yeah, you can't say those names over a fucking open flame because then
Yeah.
you might get possessed.
Yeah, really.
Which is why they have like their nicknames, right? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like Lakat.
Yeah, you know,
You know.
God, Satan. Yeah, they're their
exactly,
nicknames.
exactly. You know, so.
The deepest lore I have is that Barrett and Stayer are both type of snipers.
that's some like Resident Evil like naming
Yeah,
convention,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
anime stuff. I love
I
that.
can't spoil anything, so.
Yeah.
I honestly literally named the name Jordan came from Green Lantern, Hal Jordan.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
that's so great though.
Yeah.
It's a cool name.
Yeah,
Rolls off the tongue well.
it just has a nice ring to it. I liked the last name Teller, and I couldn't think of many first names to connect to it.
Mhm.
I almost wanted to call him Jackson. Jackson Teller sounds really cool, but then Jax Teller is the main character of fucking Sons of Anarchy.
Uh,
So I couldn't do that. And then I kind of thought the last name Greaves was cool. So like Jackson Greaves, but that's super fucking edgy, and the dude is grieving the loss of his family.
Yeah.
So it's a little too on the nose.
After Elias, I think we need to stray a little bit away from
Yeah, there's a nuanced way to have edgy characters, and I'm exploring that territory right now.
I mean, Adam Mercury's name was just like, I want it to be Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's like Quicksilver? Mercury.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's so fun.
Yeah, so we reached about the half-hour mark here.
Yeah.
So can we take over here? I think it's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
A myriad of little topics here.
Yeah.
But we sure to do more after every episode over here.
If you're listening to this, thank you for supporting us on Patreon. It means a lot.
Yeah, this is wonderful to have you.
Yeah. If you liked it, like, sneak a little comment in the comment sections or on Discord and be like, wow, that post-show episode was awesome. I'm so glad I donated on
you
Patreon.
provided is incredible.
We'll also answer questions here too. So you can email us at initiativeheroes@gmail.com.
That's heroes with an E.
Heroes with an E.
Yeah, absolutely. Prompt us with a topic and we'll harp on it for 20 minutes or whatever.
Even if it's not even a question,
whatever you want.
Read whatever you want. If you want to read something out loud,
Say hi.
You want me to say something in an NPC voice? I'll say it, that's it.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for joining. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.